What's up, YouTube? Winning Image here. As for you guys, my 1K sub special, which I'm labeling through Vanguard. I'm joined by my co-host Cole from Drive Check. What's up, Cole? And today we're just gonna have a sit-down conversation, talk about the coolest things that we've done through this game, which I thought would be really fun for you guys to learn a little about me and one of my actually favorite creators, because I actually like listening to the podcast a lot. So
Oh, snap. Thank you.
yeah, it's great. So what's up, Cole?
Oh, nothing much, man. I had a pretty good day today. How about you?
Yeah, I had a great day today. So I sent Cole, and like Cole and I kind of chit chat a few topics that we're gonna talk about. So what do you what are we spinning the wheel first with?
Well, you apparently have a new addiction, right? And it is what, rent a girlfriend?
Oh yeah. So for those of you guys who don't know, I've mentioned this multiple times. I am not an anime watcher, but one of my friends got me into this show, Rent a Girlfriend, and I haven't looked back. So I've been explain the lack of videos lately. I mean, sorry, what? So yeah, I bought a deck box of the best one, Chizuru, and some sleeves. And I also have another box for like this coming in of Chizuru.
Like a collection box?
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. But like, I don't know. It's been really fun and like something that gives me a little bit more identity as a player, I guess. Especially when I get the mat, the line's got to be drawn. Who's the best waifu?
So you'll no longer be known as the dual axe guy. You'll be known as the, I don't remember that character's name, but you'll be that stan or that waifu worshiper.
Hey, 20 years in my life, ladies come and go, but anime waifus are forever. How about
Amen.
you, Cole? What do you what do you spend your money on these days
um,
for fun?
I just bought the Studio Series Hot Rod.
Hey, Transformers?
Yeah.
Hey, I dig that. I
Yeah,
dig that.
my whole top shelf right there. But I loved Hot Rod. It's from the original Transformers movie. Even though he was a bit of a punk, one of my favorites. So that was my most recent purchase that I absolutely love. So I keep him on my desk so I can fiddle with him when I'm recording, even though I'm not supposed to. But I don't sit still very well. So
Yeah, him and Jazz actually two
yes,
underrated
correct,
Transformers in my opinion.
correct. I love Jazz and love Cup too. It's hard for me to find an Autobot I don't like.
So you don't like the Decepticons at all?
I mean, they're okay. My favorite Decepticon is, let's see if I got him. Well, Astro Train's behind my chair, but he's over there. He looks really cool.
Well, I have a Decepticon pillow, so I guess we're on opposite sides.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, I guess we're gonna be fighting. Who's the best? That's why Nova Grappler exists.
Mm, that's true. And the best sub clan of Nova Grappler is
Blau
Blau.
only.
Always Blau.
So, are you an original Blau player, or
No, I
when
want.
did you get
Well,
into it?
okay. So I started Vanguard um, during G era. This was the set right before set 6. And I remember that one because it's Transcension of Blade and Blossom, because that's when Night Rose came out. And so I remember doing the reveals for Night Rose and getting like super pumped because Grand Blue looked really cool to me back then, just aesthetically. And then we started seeing the trial deck cards and they actually looked good. And so I got more and more into that. And then after Night Rose, I was looking to build another deck. So I was looking at Blau's because Blau looked really cool. But that was before the Galaxy Blau Kluger reprint. And so he
Hmm.
was like 30 a piece. And I was like, I cannot do a deck that expensive when I already have Night Rose, because Night Rose was not cheap. Um, so yeah, like I wanted to play Blau, and I ended up getting all the Blau stuff after when their final wave NG came out, and I had that deck, but I let a friend borrow it, and unfortunately he still has it. But yeah, so like I've never actually played a game with the Blaus. I built it, but I haven't actually played a game. So it's upsetting, to say the least.
But what about in standard?
Well, I need to order 4 air sheets, and then I got the deck. It's right over there. Just need the 4 air sheets, and then we're good to go.
those are key pieces. But yeah, like Blau and I have an interesting story.
Okay.
So I was getting into the game as well with that, and this was when Stern was coming out, like way back in the day.
Mm.
I had a Narukami trial deck, that was about it.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was, and I kept like watching the anime, and then this is like when smart TVs were new, so we got a smart TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I stumbled across the latest season of Vanguard. I think it was like in the middle of Asia Circuit or whatnot. And then what's it called? My dad got so annoyed to the point of me watching the English and Japanese one at the same time. He's like, you know what? I'll buy you one deck and you could just shut up about this. And that deck was Blau. And fortunately, 1 year, I'm very thankful for this because I know some people didn't get like that support.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have that original deck that I got from all those years ago with my SP Stern Blau Cougar.
Ooh.
It's so beautiful. And some fun fact people don't know about me much. I actually had a Vanguard channel when I was 13. And like out of the 100 videos, I want to say 40 are about Blau.
Holy cow. Man, what is that old channel? Does that still exist? Can we look for that and
yeah,
reminisce?
it still exists. I lost the password. That's why I didn't upload on there. That's why Winning Image exists.
Oh, interesting.
Funny thing. Yeah, it's called Team Honey Badger Plays Vanguard.
Oh, this makes sense considering your Discord name.
Yeah, it brings back memories because where I got that name. So there's only one thing in life that I love more hobby-wise than Cardfight Vanguard.
Is what, lacrosse?
Yep, he named it. And I had this teammate who called himself the Honey Badger. And being a portly chap, 12-year-old, everybody's like, you stand next to somebody, they're your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm gonna steal that name for myself, and that's how we became Honey Badger.
That's really funny. I don't have anything like that, unfortunately.
Yeah, but how did you get the Drive Check name?
Well, so I met Will and our original co-host Jack through the Pokemon podcast community, and Will is he's actually he's not exactly a host, but he's a recurring guest, but he recurs every week, so it's weird. He is a part of the podcast. But anyway, and so they created a channel in their Slack for card games, and I was just I'd heard Will talk about it on Vanguard on the podcast before, and so we just started talking about it. And then I got a trial deck from Walmart of all places, for like $10. I saw it. I got the Gold Paladin one because I liked the Gold Paladin. Garmor looked really cool. So I got that, and then we just started talking. Will was like, you know what? I really want to talk about Vanguard. Let's make a Vanguard podcast. And I said, I'm down. And Jack said, I'm down. And so we came together, and I have no idea where Drive Check came from. I think we were thinking of a very simple, but still like related to the game kind of name. Honestly, this was almost 5 years ago now, and I don't remember anything about where we came Drive Check, where that came from, but we have it, and I really like the current logo that we have for it too. That was because I incorporated the Drive Check symbol as the V.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite part about that. But I have no idea where Drive Check came from. I don't even know what any other suggestions for it were. I think someone said Drive Check, and then that just immediately stuck. So.
Well, 255 episodes later, something went right.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I'm surprised the game's still going on, to be honest. I expected it to die at least twice by now, but nope. Still going strong.
Is this going to turn into obligatory Vanguard is dying podcast?
Do you want it to? No, I think where we are right now is a really good spot. Much needed changes are happening for 2.0, so that's great, and I have a lot of high hopes with um, the current creators. So there's that. I don't think it's dying, and I don't think it's gonna die for at least another 5 years. After that, I've got nothing beyond that.
What are you playing?
Currently, what am I playing?
No, like for the overdress. Yeah, what are you playing now? Come on, let's show everybody how you rep your clan, rep the
Oh,
identity.
oh God. That's funny. I Grand Blue is my passion. That's my favorite clan. So I've got on my desk right now. I have this one is Seven Seas.
Hmm.
This one is Ghosties Premium that I'm working on. And then I have No Seal. I have a Malkuth Beginnings, Fenrir, Gabriel, Dantarian. I I have over 20 decks. I have a lot. Um, but those are the ones that I'm currently playing slash tweaking right now. But in Overdress, I'm definitely Stoichia or Stoichia, whatever, however you say it, is gonna be like my main. But then I plan on playing all the other ones too, just so I have a working knowledge of everything. And theoretically, it should be cheaper too. So that's my plan.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I assume you're doing Dragon Empire.
I
Ooh.
don't know. I guess the people are gonna have to wait and see. I kind of like the chonk.
Oh, yeah. I was on the fence at first, but like the more that we've seen about the stuff, the more into the chonk I'm feeling. Um,
Same here.
but I don't care at all about the Dark State, like the Spike Brothers aesthetic. Even though my second favorite clan is Dark Regulars, so I'm just waiting to see more cards for them. But literally, there hasn't been something I don't like come out. Like the Spike Brother dudes, the violence adjective, and the normal name, whatever their naming scheme.
I
I
don't even
like
know
them.
what
They
it
look
is.
cool. Just I'm not into the Spike Brother aesthetic.
Did you order one of each trial deck, or are you planning on it?
I'm going to. I have not yet. I'm just gonna go through my locals, and they haven't posted up pre-orders yet. So when they do, I'll. Oops, sorry. I'm on a yoga ball. Um, so I can so I don't have to like fidget with my hands, but it just means that I'm bouncing and falling over. But
Hey, cardio.
exactly, yeah. When my locals has it, I'll pre-order that, and I'll probably get a couple boxes as well. But yeah, I plan on playing
So
everything.
with overdress, like, what do you think, like, from the content creation side of things? Like, this game, I think this game's gonna shift. I think we're gonna see a lot more creators. What do you think of like the state of Vanguard content creation?
I think it just got so much more I'm gonna say available, as in like there are more topics that we can talk about now. There, even though they shrunk down the clans basically into just 6 nations, I still think that there will be enough creativity within the first 3 sets that there's something that everyone can talk about, which isn't not necessarily the case. Like I wouldn't talk Aqua Force against Commander Jaime. There's no way. I could not keep my own. No, I could talk on similar level with Grand Blue, but Aqua Force, I got nothing on him. Like Chris, I've got nothing on Dimension Police or anything like that. But if he has an interest in Brant Gate, I also have an interest in Brant Gate. This is his spin. I don't necessarily agree with that one. This is my spin on it. I think that would work a little bit better because you're not hyper focused on a single clan that's very specific in their playstyle. You can kind of mix things up a little bit, which is what I really like. So I think by narrowing down the attributes, they actually open up the creativity in it. So more people would feel the need to step up and create content, if you will.
Yeah, I have big hopes for this game. Content creation for Vanguard's like, we're still in a pandemic, so I definitely think people are at home, and I'm excited to see what people got to say. And like you said, like everybody's gonna have their own take on decks, especially 3 sets in,
Mm-hmm.
especially since they're confirmed. And you know what? Heck, Token Ranbu, Lyrical Monasterio, they're coming out relatively early.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I did not expect. Hopefully the states get Token Rambu, because I think a lot of people are really going to be into those high rarity cards because they just look gorgeous. I mean, the old ones look gorgeous too, but like the new ones, just for some reason they pop a little bit more. And then with the whole lyrical thing, I have no idea what's happening with that. We've only seen the whale. That's it. That's all we know. And they're pink. But beyond that, like they could be the evolution of the mermaids in Bermuda Triangle, but they actually have legs now, because it doesn't look like there's water on the little the whale guy.
on the boat.
Yeah, on the boat. So that's really interesting. And then you have all the lore aspect that's coming out now. I know Gleaming Garmor is really getting into the lore aspect of it, but like there's dedicated lore now. Now we can talk about card designs, which I plan on talking about that a little bit more, because I'm more interested in that. But there's so much new things coming out, and I feel like a lot more aspects of the game can be talked about than at all during the V era. So that's really exciting to me.
Yeah, there hasn't really been like a lore anime Vanguard channel that stuck around, in my opinion, or at least actually no, like not even in my opinion, that's like stuck for every season. Like other games like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, there's channels that just talk about the anime.
Yeah.
So maybe with Overdress, with how like the direction they're taking, it looks very, very, very gorgeous. Actually,
I agree. And then yeah, you could have someone just literally just talk about the anime. That would be it. There's, the more and more I talk about it, the more and more excited I get about it, which I think is awesome.
But speaking of Lyrical Monasterio, did you buy into the Bermuda Crash?
I want to. The only reason I have not yet is because I want to play Highlander, and I need Laurel, or the purple grade 4, and then the Inezca, which I think she's the pink one. Heart Monopoly Inezca, and those are about $50 a piece. Everything else would be less than $20 for that, but then I would need to shell out $100 for 2 cards, and I really don't feel like doing that. I might just proxy them, actually. Now I'm thinking about it.
Hey man, there's a whole channel dedicated to proxies.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, Philip would love that. Yeah, proxy play with Top Deck Heroes. They print out. They have a very well organized Google Drive, and you can find all the proxy cards that they've ever made there. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, maybe I'll do that instead.
So Philip, like both of us have played against Philip. One thing that like impresses me is like how consistent they've been in terms of like the timing, getting the stuff out. Like, I think that it's something that this game needs to see more of, because as of right now, this game is very top heavy, and it's the people at the top that stay the most consistent.
Yep, I would agree with that. Oh yeah.
Yes, if you're an upcoming creator, just stay consistent. You got this.
And don't be afraid to post your stuff in like the Vanguardians or Vanguards or any Facebook group that you're a part of, because some people just haven't seen your stuff because they don't know that you exist. So if you post a video, especially if it's got like a cool thumbnail and a catchy title, more often than not, people are going to check it out. That's anything that I've learned.
Well, here at Winning Image, we cheese the YouTube algorithm.
Really? You don't say.
Yes. So one of my friends and I, we like researched like the whole YouTube algorithm every Friday for like 2 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And we found a secret form. Like, would you believe me if I said I use data analytics to build part of my channel?
I would not doubt that at all.
Okay. So one of the cool things that you could do is through YouTube tags, right? So one of the things that I do is I focus a lot of my time, effort, and energy on tags. So that's another way how, like, if you're a small creator, you're up and coming, like Cole said, you want to get noticed. I wanna see like everybody's content. One of the things that I do is by giving back to this community, like I watch as much Vanguard content as I can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's good, I'll leave a like, comment. Heck, there are plenty of you guys who I don't comment on. I'm subscribed to you guys. So I think that just knowing like what you're there for and just trying different things, like Cole said, like stay consistent. You got this. One of the things that like why do you love what you do, Cole? Like if you don't mind me asking.
Because I like talking to people about it. I love it's a little narcissistic, but I love getting my opinion out there. And I love gushing about cool cards coming out or cool things that Bushiroad's doing, or complaining about it if I don't like what the direction that they're going. So that's why I like to do it. And I also like to talk to my friends. That's why I've been loving streaming lately, because I can have a conversation like this basically with listeners, and it's been pretty great. So that's why I like the connection part of it.
Yeah, the connections are great. Like some of the people that I met through this game 7 years ago, I still talk to through this day.
Yep, same. Maybe not
It's
7 years ago, but
then does that make me a boomer?
well, I mean, no, you'd be a boomer if I guess if you were day one. You're a millennial, and I'm what, a Gen Z? Is that what? No, I'm not, because that I start. Jesus Christ. I started in what, 2015, I think. So I'm going on year 6 of this. Was it 2015 or 2010? Yeah, 2016? One of the two. I'm not sure.
I started 2013, so this is year 8. Holy crap! this is more than one third of my life, Cole.
Dedicated to this game that's dying. No one's buying it anymore.
Gosh, do you get those like you run a podcast, I run a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What's the podcasting deal like?
Well, I've come to learn that if you don't have 3+ backups, recordings at the same time, why are you even recording? Because I can't tell you how many times we've lost things, and it's just frustrating. There have been times where we lost one of our tracks, so it's generally a 3-person podcast with me, Will, and Alan, and sometimes, more often than not, it's my track that messes up. I don't know why. But so there's literally just Will and Alan having a conversation. Then there's a long pause where I would talk and just nothing there, and so we have to scrap it and record again. It's happened a couple times. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't want to say it's easier than making new videos, but it is a little bit, because you're not necessarily dedicated to the video aspect. Although now that we live stream our recordings, it's a little bit more of a headache. But I come up with a doc. We focus mostly on news. Nexus at Night does topics, but yeah, we focus more on news and lighthearted topics, easier topics, and a bit more fan interaction. That's what we do. So it's a little less. I guess maybe it's more planning, because we have a specific doc with like cards that we want to talk about and all that kind of stuff, where I think they honestly just have a rough idea and they go through their bullet points like that. I don't know, honestly. We struggled coming up with discussions. Unlike, I don't know if Nexus at Night just has like a whole bunch of them coming out the wazoo, but we're not exactly a discussion podcast, so that's not our strong suit, and we learned that early on. Even if we kind of want to move more towards that, we know that we're good at reporting the news and small little tidbits. So that's kind of our shtick. But podcasting, it's not hard to get into, but making it sound good is the hard part. I think I don't know if that's my takeaway. I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but.
But okay, so what? I met you doing the con.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I started actually like listening to both you and Nexus at Night, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, just like here and there, I would listen,
mm-hmm.
like to whatever comes out. But I think that podcasting definitely, in my opinion, is harder than YouTube.
Oh,
First of all, you got to get 3 people on the same page.
that is a thing. Yep.
Yeah. And with life, like everybody gets busy. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's dedication that you guys have lasted, like, don't take this the wrong way, but lasted this long
Yeah.
in terms of how the consistency
Mm-hmm.
of it all. And like sometimes y'all don't even monetize as well as YouTubers do.
Oh, we don't actually. The only way we can afford to do our thing is we have Patreon, and so a few people give us money, and that basically just covers our our hosting fees and all that kind of stuff. And then some months we have enough to save up for new podcast equipment, like this beautiful mic that I'm using, and stuff like that. But for the most part, there's no money in it. There's hardly any way to monetize a podcast unless you sell out with a bunch of like Casper mattress commercials and whatnot, stuff like that. So not a lot of money in there. It's just a labor of love, is what it is at this point.
Well, I love that I could talk to my Alexa and it can play it. So I've learned.
Yes, and as soon as we get it on Spotify, you should be able to do that with Google too. But
Oh shoot. Yeah, you're gonna have to tell your co-host like it's approved. It works.
yeah, yes, I can't wait. Oh, because Will did it when he was in visiting his mom for Christmas, and was shocked that it worked. Because apparently because his mom, I got it. She's an old lady. I don't know how old she is, but she might be 80. She plays Vanguard and is a Aichi stan. And she listens to us almost every week as well. But she can she's watched almost every episode of the anime and everything, which is more than me. So
Oh, the whole like theme of your panel was like how he has a cool mom. I would say.
my mom would definitely not do anything like that. I don't honestly. I don't know how many moms would. So
Well, my mom. Thankful that my mom took me to tournaments. It supports my hobby very much. So
yeah, right.
yeah. Oh man, I just really love like some of the cool things that I've done through this game. Some of the cool people.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I think the coolest experience that I've had doing Vanguard content, in fact, just playing Vanguard at all, was when I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember ARG?
I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna hold my opinion to myself, but yes.
Okay, so I won and topped so many ARGs in a row.
Holy cow!
Yeah, I didn't actually no, I only won one, but there was one where I went undefeated, but I had to leave early because it was midnight and I had school the next day. So I had top 8. The judge was like, "You can have top 8 at least. It's okay." Because I went straight up 12-0 the whole day.
Jesus.
Yeah, with Vanguard, and then I never got less than that top 8 until so because I had that invite thing that they did for the Nats, my parents like got me one big gift for my birthday and they got me a trip to go to the Nationals that year. Yeah, and little did I know at that tournament I would get to meet so many cool people. I got to meet this guy named Brian Villamil. He used to make content back in the day. I'm still friends with him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember Science of Vanguard.
Oh, was that Mason Clark?
Mason Clark.
He has been on our podcast before. He was a guest while I was in Europe for a bit. So there's a good 5 episodes with him on it. Maybe it's just 3, but yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Oh man, we're gonna have. I've been talking to Mason here and there. There might be something in the future. Yeah.
Okay.
But
okay.
I remember that tournament beginning to end. Didn't win I went 4-3 day 1. I ended up playing Gears because I was just a meta slave. Day 2 I played Vanguard, went undefeated.
So was that for? All right, so that was before I started going to ARG events, because only when I started going they had standard and they had premium.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you were able to play 2 different decks, how did that work?
So day 1 was the actual national itself.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went 4-3 with Gears, got I want to say 40th, 42nd. Yeah, 42nd. Okay. And then day 2, it was like the first like tournament to kick off the next circuit for the next nationals.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, you know what? Came all the way to Orlando. It was at the Astros spring training facility, and as you guys know, I'm a big Houston stan. More on that at some point. But I was like, gotta defend home court, gonna be playing Vanguard, and went straight up undefeated though.
Dang.
Yeah, I love that deck so much, man. That and Blouse. You could like miss me with this Regalia and miss me with this Angel Feather addiction I have. Yeah.
Are you playing Angel Feathers now, or?
Yeah, I'm playing Angel Feathers now.
What,
what happened to the winning image that has fun playing Vanguard?
Okay, wait. It depends on what build of Angels you're playing. Is it Gabriel? It's Gabriel. Okay, that's fine.
Wait! I told you about this. I had a really good deal.
Oh yeah, $20 for Gabriel.
So my friend was like,
Forgot about that.
buy me the Overdress trial decks, and I'll give you this fully built Gabriel deck.
Forgot about that. Yeah, well, you lucky dog.
How am I lucky? It's just good. It's just being a good economist, right? It ain't easy, but it's honest work.
You stumbled on a deal like that, and you're like, oh, profits. Here we go.
At least I play the deck.
That's yes. I'm missing a couple cards from mine, so I can't play it. But
you're playing No Seal though, right?
I have No Seal built, and I have things for Malkuth Malek, which I'm more excited for Malkuth Malek than I am to play Gabriel, because Shin Malkuth Malek looks super cool.
Is he like your favorite of like the new units that they introduced in the V series?
Ooh, it's a pretty big tie between him and Uranus, but I play Uranus more, so probably more Uranus, or the Astropods, whatever. But I've loved the mechanic of Malkuth Malek and his design, and the fact that you can actually go Protect 2 in it. And if I want to make Protect 2 work, I try to make a Dark Regular deck with Protect 2. I can make Grand Blue work with Protect 2, especially with Ghosties. I just want to make it work. And the fact that I can do that with Malkuth Malek, icing on the cake. But yeah.
What's it called? Sectio Angel, that card with Protect 2. Oh, man, there's some big power to be gained.
Oh, dude. There's so many cool cards. Like, as boring as V ended up being with the last set, I still think there were some gems of design in there that really stood out. Malkuth and Hanzo, I think, are probably the two, in my opinion, that like stand out the most.
So is that what you're playing from clan selection? Those two Ghosties. Come on, we also talked about this. Where's the Hanzo at?
Oh my god, I need to buy I'm just gonna buy a Hanzo deck at this point. I'm just gonna see if someone's selling it on Vanguardians. That way I only have to get one package instead of 20 different small packages. But man, the amount of decks for clan selection that I want to play / plan on playing, I don't think I'll be able to split it with anybody at this point. Thank God you get one of everything in the set, so it should be more affordable. But Jesus, we were going through volume 1 on the last podcast, and the majority, like maybe 6 or 7 of those, are ones that I actually play and like playing. And then there's more in volume 2 that are... I have too many decks, Sean. I have too many decks. Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna go down to 5 each, right?
It might be 10 at this point. Because there's
people buying 2 of each, right? For each of the archetypes.
Man,
because they said they're introducing a second one in the same set.
Yeah, there's 2 archetypes in each, or in the first set at least. So there's one that's continuing on from the starter decks, and there's a whole new one. And depending on how much sharing has to happen, you might just be better off buying 2 of each trial deck, depending on how you want to play it. Oh, because like we haven't seen any front triggers yet. Don't know if front triggers are gonna be in the set.
Fronts, yeah, that could be a game changer depending on how some of the decks work, especially with Persona Ride. Something that gains that much power in a crit,
Mm-hmm.
especially this early in the game. That could be. Oh, that sounds spicy.
And the fact that, well, theoretically, each clan is gonna have, or each nation's gonna have access to it, to the front trigger, and it's gonna be weird seeing like knights with a front trigger, because other than a gold paladin, which I guess are knights, but you normally figure the paladins are like force, so it's gonna be weird seeing them with a front trigger. It's just gonna be weird seeing front triggers again.
Well, I'm a Hamiel at front trigger, so
Oh god.
that's
Oh.
that's broken in itself.
Oh no. Yeah, cause then, oh, premium. Premium.
You're a big premium fan, right?
I'm not a huge premium fan. I am a mediocre, or not mediocre, a moderate fan. That's the word. Like I appreciate it for what it does, and some things that I can do, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't like competitive premium. I think that kind of, in my opinion, you play like the best decks, and sometimes those are just not fun to play against. Then I made a goofy one based on a grade 1 Grand Blue unit called Mike the Shipwright, who just doubles his power. He puts a
Oh, is it
copy of.
that? Is it that fan drawn
Uh,
skeleton looking dude?
yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, yeah, it is. That's my favorite Grand Blue unit ever, and the amount of shenanigans I can do with that, I can get it up to 640,000 power easily with new. Yeah, exactly, and I can restand it with Make the Ghosty. Like there are so many things I can do with it. Like that's a cool and creative part of premium. But what I don't like is the Katrinas, the Morfessas, um,
Because
Gastile.
yeah,
Gastile by himself is fantastically designed, except for the fact of all the grade 3s that it abuses. So
Charlotte.
yeah, like Shara and NLK, right there. That's a toxic environment right there. But the fact that he can just copy any two things and you get the Vanguard skills is really cool. But it's just easily abusable. But anyway, like I like premium. I don't love it, but I like it.
I just play blouse. Like
Man of culture, I see.
a man of culture. Yeah, it's in what I call the Louis Vuitton deck box.
Dude, almost made me fall over, man. The Louis Vuitton Vanguard box.
Yeah, man, Louis Vuitton deck box with those. I don't know if you watch like I watch different fights like sleeve video, and I have those like sleeves that he slams and gets like the clicks from.
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton deck box, Louis Vuitton
Oh,
sleeves.
what are the sleeves that he uses?
I think they're called broccolis.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
My friend buys them,
Okay.
and then I just get them off him.
I just use Dragon Shield clear mats. I like those. Those are a solid, affordable, and you get a free little mini deck box out of it. So
So I don't double sleeve besides this premium deck. What I am, I put my one of my cheeser sleeves in a top floater for my quick shield. But yeah, like honestly, this game, man, makes you do some crazy things.
you don't say.
Yeah, you don't say. Like honestly, like what's like through this game? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Cardfight Vanguard.
Mm,
Cole,
yeah.
4 years. What is through Vanguard I have?
Could you repeat that for me?
Finish the sentence.
Oh,
Through Vanguard I have.
I have lost a lot. Spent a lot of money on bad cards. Am I missing something?
I want to say I would say the same thing, but then at the same time, I like all the decks that I play. So I don't want to diss any of them because like I still love OG Jewel Knights. I'm trying to make that deck work. Heck, it's right here. Still one of my favorite decks of all time.
Well, I mean, okay, I love all the decks that I play, and if I don't, I'll sell them. But um, I can admit that they're just not good, but I still love playing them. Like
What's that guilty pleasure?
Dantarian.
Dantarian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I
It's
like that guard
yes.
defensive.
Yes. And then I can do like a little mini loop with Dark Soul Conductor. I could just, man, I don't remember the loop, but there was a loop I could do where I could just never deck out, and that was fun. And then Rhodia is a fantastic card, and that's the promo that you get 1K for every card in your soul
Mm,
constantly. She's a grade 2 with a 10K shield printed on her, which is mind-boggling. Like there's so many
premium.
tricks I can do with Dantarian. That's my pet deck, pet standard deck, but premium is Mike the Shipwright.
Well, my pet deck is what everybody likes to call me out for.
Is that
Dual Axe
your
Waterfall.
duel?
Dual Axe.
It's over there.
Yeah, I didn't bring that deck with me. I probably should have, but but yeah, I love that deck to death, man. Like honestly, if I was to go back and complete that sentence through Vanguard, I have started a YouTube channel. Two.
Two YouTube channels.
Yeah, two. But yeah, like and Dual X, I'm gonna miss playing that. Like I really don't I get sentimental about like lacrosse, like losing and stuff, like whatnot. But yeah, the first time I ever got sad about Vanguard in all these years of playing it was hearing that my Dual X deck was gonna be rotated out of the main format.
Yeah, that is heartbreaking, especially when I've fully maxed out my Night Rose deck and then can't really play it in standard anymore. I play in V premium and move the shiny stuff over to premium. But yeah, no, like I have owned the most decks right now in V that are only going to be playable in V. And so I'm kind of going back and thinking, well, do I really need all these decks in a format that no one else is going to play?
Both fan.
Yeah, I don't know. Keep going.
I'd much rather just play something like Himiko and Hyrule the bleep out of my opponents.
It's built over there. I think I'm using your build actually.
Oh, really? How is it?
I've played it a couple times and I got the gist of it, and I was like, all right, I understand how to play this. Now let's play Fenrir. But I like the way that I can just like literally stack 6 crits basically on Yggdrasil. But every time that I've been able to do that, the opponent always has perfect guards. So it's never worked out for me. But I like it a lot.
See, that's another thing that I love. Like, okay, like when people say like you helped me like figure out this deck.
Mm-hmm.
Like going through school, I'm a university student. If you don't know it and you're watching
Yeah.
this, like you have so many professors that like can't teach.
Some just go from the book.
Yeah, and then like when you hear something over at different times and it finally clicks.
Yep.
That's how I feel about Vanguard.
Yep.
Like just watching like this is why content creators are so valuable in this game, in my opinion. Like you're not gonna get it on your first read. Nobody's gonna get anything on their first read.
Right. And sometimes it's the fact where you need someone to lay out the blueprints and then for you to read the deck as you play it to kind of put all the pieces together. And then all of a sudden, hey, I understand why Gabriel is nuts because of Hamiel. And you're just going to keep stacking triggers on Hamiel. I understand that. And sometimes, like, that's why I suck at deck building. Because, especially for new cards from new set, I can't sit down there and try and read and put together a deck on my own. My brain doesn't work like that. So I look for resources online. Like, I'm studying like 6 different Highlander builds right now for Bermuda Triangle before I make a purchase, just to make sure that I've got everything that I want. And because I don't know anything about Bermuda Triangle, I can't sit down and read all the cards and formulate how things work. So it's really great seeing blueprints or deck profiles of all the cards, everyone's builds, and seeing these are the reoccurring things. These are what everyone are saying about them. These are things for me to look at. And then when I get it, I shuffle it up and I do like a couple test hands. I'm like, oh, I now understand where this interaction's coming from. This makes sense now. And now this makes sense. And then the deck just kind of clicks in motion as you're playing it. At least that's how it works for me. So like you said, content creators and deck profiles are what they're what keep me into the game. Honestly, it makes it easier for me, so I don't have to struggle building decks. So thank you everyone who makes deck profiles. I love you.
Amen. No, I really think like more opposed to like some other games. I think we have a really diverse group of content creators in terms of clan identity and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you say certain clan, you think of like a certain person.
Yep.
And I think that's really honestly beautiful and something that people are gonna miss, even with Overdress maybe. Like it's all nation based now, like
Yep.
rep your nation, whatnot. What the
Yeah. I feel like we're gonna move to more towards the archetype
yeah.
appreciation. So like you're a Jewel Knight and a Blau fan. I'm a I guess Night Rose isn't really an archetype, but
Ghosty.
Ghosty. Yeah, I'm a Ghosty stan right here. So yeah, yeah. I think that's probably where it's mostly gonna go towards, and we've already seen that with the starter deck. There's a naming convention that each of them has. So I feel like that we'll just probably that's where our clan identities are gonna go, and we'll instead of clan identities, we'll have archetype identities now.
That's gonna be really fun. I mean, like more conversation about the game is good. So
Yes.
still hoping for a stick and ball spike, brother. I mean, Dark State.
That'd be pretty funny.
I missed this game. Hopefully, fingers crossed, when this pandemic's over, I get to play more.
Oh,
but
yeah, I have bought more decks during this pandemic than I have actually had in my entire life, and the fact that I can't actually play them all in person right now is really sad.
Same here, man. Like I bought Ancient Dragons, and
that's a fantastic budget deck.
Heck yeah, and you don't know how bad I wish I could beat people at least once.
Oh, I do.
And I finally got Azure Dragons because those were $40 for the longest time.
Were they really? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to have Beasties and I sold those because like unless they bring Blaus back, I'm probably not gonna play. And then they brought Blaus back, and I'm like, all right, well, now I gotta find kicks again, and turns out I only need one kick.
As long as you got what's it called, the 4 Blaus, it kind of doesn't matter, man.
You're right. And then a cool Hank, I think, is better in Blau.
I think so too.
Yeah, like discard 1 card. Sure, yeah, absolutely. I'll restand, dude. Sure, yeah.
Discard 1 card. Oh, let me just rewrite first.
Pocket change. Sure.
Pocket change.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say that every time. What's like the weirdest like Vanguard phrase like you have? Because pocket change is pretty good.
Oh my god, there's one that comes to mind, but I can't specifically think of it right now. I know that there's one. Oh man, come back to me.
So, whenever my friend plays Riviere.
Okay.
And he opens 4 Riviere. I'm just like, okay, he's playing Magic now.
Oh man, yeah. It'll come to me. I guarantee after we're done recording, it'll come to me. But right now, I can't think of it right now.
Called. Man, there's so many like little moments like that I remember. I remember very specifically. Do you know Jewel Knight Sword Me?
I know of it. That was kind of before my time.
So it was a $30 card for the longest time. I've been saving my money. I finally get him.
Mm-hmm.
I go to BCS. Round 1. I damage check 2 of them. And I tell my opponent, I just damage check an unemployed kid, just damage check $60.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay, so like when Revon came out and I was getting pieces for it, so I had to get Baragios and Narisas and I guess like the more expensive cards for that.
Expensive cards.
Yeah. And my favorite is the triple rare grade 3 searchers that are, for me, almost guaranteed never to hit. So at this point, I bought them for 15 a piece. So there was one time I did put 3 of them down at once. Well, one after the other, and I whiffed
Yeah,
all 3 times. All 3 times.
it's unheard of.
I mean,
What are the
well,
chances?
dude, minuscule. But like I'm notorious at my locals for just really bad luck. Like bad luck. Like things that should be in my favor. Like I'm running. Like I whittled my Grand Blue deck down to 10 triggers and 4 normal units, and I've swinging with my. At this point, it was Cocytus, but like theoretically, I should be able to check some. But no, I just get like 2 grade 3s, like 2 Skull Dragons that I didn't mill yet. It's just like things that I can't even guard with. It's my luck, but it's fine.
Can you like, so going off of locals, we actually had something come up, me and you,
Oh yeah,
like in a local group.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I didn't know we had a mutual friend
I didn't either.
until
So
yes.
it was a
What's the story?
couple years ago. We went down to Austin, Texas. My girlfriend at the time, but my now wife, went down and to visit her brothers who live in um the Dallas Plano area, and so that we made like a weekend trip up to Austin for a little bit, which is awesome. And so I spent the evening one day, just at the Dragon's Lair, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, spent there, met a lot of really cool people, played some Vanguard, but I had to go earlier than I wanted to. But yeah, it was great, and I met Will, I think his name is.
I will.
Yeah, Will, and he gave me business cards, which fortunately I think I threw away in like the 3 moves that I've had since. But yeah, and I post occasionally the drive check thing in the Discord, and not the Discord, but the Facebook page when I remember. I keep track of what they're saying in there as well. But yeah, I don't post much often in there, but I'm still a part of it, which is great.
So cool. Like next time you're down, you gotta let me know.
100%,
Like
100%. I loved Austin, and I want to go back to Texas. That's for sure.
everybody wants to move here now. Like it's pretty insane.
Oh, I'm not moving. I'm not. Not moving. I'll visit, but I ain't moving.
What's it called? So Austin has what's it called? Like one of the, so here in Houston and Austin and Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
there's always like who gets the regional questions every year.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about clan identity. Let's talk about city identity.
Right. I mean, Texas is pretty small, right? Like.
Okay, what?
I'm just kidding. I can't. Like, it's like, depending on where you go, it's like a 3-hour drive to each city, right?
People who live in any Texas city. Okay, if you live in Dallas, it takes you an hour just to get to Dallas.
Yeah. Dallas is pretty big. It's wide. It's more wide than anything.
Yeah, because there's like 8 different cities in there.
Right.
Encompassing, or
Yes.
suburbs.
Yes, suburbs. That's what they're called.
Yeah, so we met through Cardfight Con.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think?
Oh, dude, it was great. It was so nice to listen to other people, to even know that some people exist, because I didn't know that there were so many Aquaforce stands until that podcast. And it's funny, I didn't know that True Champion Steven was a Vanguard content creator. I thought he was just Digimon and Pokemon. And then he's on the panel with everyone else. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And it's great. And then the fact that we have that Discord channel, so I can still talk to people, like having conversations with Mr. Time Leap is great, and Gleaming Garmore as well. They're the ones who are in there the most right now. But yeah, like the whole thing I think was really great. I had a lot of fun sitting there and watching everything and live stream. Sorry, live streaming it with everyone who came in to watch. It was really cool. And I definitely think we should do this again, Sean.
Well, everybody knows it's happening again. It's no secret. I still can't believe I was sitting in my garage and I came up with this.
It's a pretty good idea, to just come up with
In a garage,
in a
yeah, no
garage.
less. Yeah. What's it called? It's the original notes are in one of my like playbooks that I write down for lacrosse notes.
Yeah.
It's honestly cool. Like I'm gonna be real with you. It was way bigger than I thought it would be. Like I did not expect it to be like this big.
So you let like everyone in who wanted to be in,
Yeah, but
basically.
some creators also said no. Some people want to do it now.
Yeah.
It's about finding the balance, man.
So
Like,
do you have? Are you at liberty to share your current plans with us right now, or do you want to keep those under wraps for a little bit?
you know what, Cole? I'll do. What do you want to do? Two truths and a lie.
Sure. Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, and then you could ask me one question, and I will answer it honestly.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Actually, no. Ask me the question first, and then I'll do two truths and a lie.
Are you going to be on more panels?
No.
What?
Yeah. Oh, Cardfight Con 2 is gonna look so different. You guys actually no idea.
Oh man. Okay.
Like I shared it like Cardfight Con 2 right now is 4 pages on my Google Docs.
Holy cow. That's insane.
When people say like, "Oh, this thing isn't taken seriously," it's taken freaking seriously.
Ah man, I've. All right. Okay. So the two truths and a lie now. Let's see. Let's see what those look like.
Okay. Two truths and a lie. I don't want to say anything that Busher would find. Let's keep it. Okay, that's a good one. Because if I say them all like separately, you guys are gonna know. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cardfight Con 2 is a game show. Cardfight Con 2 will have new faces, and a voice actor is being talked to.
This is interesting information.
What do you think? What do you think?
You know what? Honestly, the only one that I'm pretty sure is the truth is there'd be new faces, and then the game show slash voice actor being talked to. I could go either way, man. I could go either way.
One of those is true.
One of
One
those
of
is
those
true.
is very true.
Oh God. Okay.
And you also got to remember, I'm a creative fella.
Yeah. Man, I kind of feel like
Yeah.
the actor actress is the truth. Hmm. Okay. All right. I guess we'll have to find out. So, what is the timeline for Cardfight Con 2?
Well, okay, this is what I can say. Actually, no, what can I can't say? I freaking own this thing. um, what's it called? So June, July, we have an event coming up. I've shared this with Cole and a few other creators. I'm pretty sure it's no secret. Like, where's the YouTuber Grand Championship for Cardfight Vanguard? Okay, I've heard you. I've read it a bajillion times. Don't DM my personal Twitter asking for it. And don't worry, I've heard it. And we have two ideas floating around. One's called Cardfight Con Creators versus Champions. And the other one is called Cardfight Con Battle for the Crown.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you're in the con now, if you're in the know, you will have an idea of what those are probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Like, oh,
That is not soon enough. You teasing all this stuff is like bad for my health, just like all this overdress dripping of news. I don't like it. Just give it
hey
all the
man,
information.
hey man, battle. I think both of those names are pretty freaking cool.
I think they're both
Honestly,
great. Yeah.
yeah. What else can I say? We're bringing back another OG.
Is it the one we were just talking about earlier?
Being talked to is him. One we have confirmed.
Ooh.
They aren't in the Discord server yet either.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I After we're done talking about this, I will talk to you about something else. Like off
Oh,
the
yeah.
record, sir.
I'm a big March Madness fan,
Really?
and I want to see some brackets.
Oh, okay.
I want
Okay.
to see some brackets, and I want to see what people think. I I don't know how the other creators would feel about it, but a bracket challenge would be really freaking cool.
Ooh, interesting. And what would the brackets specifically go towards? Like who would beat who, or how would that
Yeah,
work?
like probably gonna be capped to like 64 or 32, depending on how we're feeling
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like who's available and who's not. Across multiple weeks, because that's probably the easiest way to do it with everybody's schedule.
Yeah. I mean,
The,
excuse me. What we do in our Discord is we have a thing called the weekly league, and
mhm.
so there's a bunch of people who get together, and then you have one game throughout the week that you're supposed to schedule with your opponent, play it, and then your results get posted, and then the league lasts for a whole month, and then the winner at the end would get like a play mat or something, and I would just ship them like that.
I'm gonna enter next month.
Yes, please do.
But what's it called? The one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to change the rules, because like I thought nobody's gonna care about Cardfight Con at the end. And I was like, okay, once Overdress is out, unless we do something cool, nobody's really gonna care about it.
Mm.
So I changed the rules of our tournament structure. And if you're okay with it, let's see what you think.
Okay.
This isn't like confirmed or anything, but it's being talked about. And depending on if people stick around to hear the reception to this, could stay or not. Instead of scoring just on wins, losses, tiebreakers,
Mm-hmm.
we score because it's a new era and nobody's really figured out damage denying and whatnot.
Yeah.
Of the time frame that we're looking at, it will also be factored in how much damage you've taken and how much damage you've been dealt for your overall score.
Ooh. That's
So it encourages more like exciting gameplay because people are going to be taking damage because it factors into their score.
So, okay. So, like, would it be better the more damage that you take and still like win, or would it be better the less damage that you take and win?
That's the thing that we're trying to figure out right now. Just because, like, what? Let's say one round, right?
Mm-hmm.
I play you.
Mm-hmm.
Across all 3 games, we still don't know how we're gonna track this either. Let's say you've dealt me 18 damage.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. Sounds right.
Okay. 6 damage. Oh no, 12. Wait. All 3 games. You've dealt me
You could heal.
13 damage.
Yeah, you could still heal.
No, let's say I'm talking about overall when the game's over.
Okay. All right.
13 damage. All right. Let's say I sack you in game 2.
Sounds about right.
Okay. And then I deal you a total of 15 damage. Oh no. 9.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So you've taken 13 damage. Oh no, I've taken 13 damage.
Confusing me, man.
Wait, okay. No, let's restart. Rewind. Reverse.
Yeah, reverse.
All right. You've dealt me 13 damage.
Uh-huh.
I've dealt you 9 damage.
Okay.
Okay. 13 minus 9 minus 4. I have minus 4 as my score.
Oh.
You have plus 4 as your score. And let's say freaking Commander Jaime has plus 1 because he dealt 13 and 12. He's ahead of me.
Ooh.
It just adds a little bit of twist, that flair.
That's interesting. So they'd have to keep track of all the damage that they deal and take. Ooh.
It's a little bit more work, but I think it makes a lot more sense because stuff like these, like All-Star games always test like new rules and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Also, because of the over trigger, right? There's more chances for that to come out now too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what you're doing. I kind of like this.
Yeah, man. Like what? I'm not playing BSF remote fight just because. It's a real tournament. I respect the people that are running it, but
Yeah.
until I see like progress, I'm not gonna trust anybody hitting that over trigger.
That's a thing. Or I mean, we could do it without over triggers too. Just no over triggers. Make it simple too.
Yeah, but then what happens to that one guy who adds it and hits it?
Oh, that's a DQ. Instant loss for that game. Boom.
It's just weird, man. Like,
Yeah,
what are you
no.
gonna do?
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, that's why I brought up this damage format, and I think it's actually really interesting. Another thing that I thought about what was too complicated was every win you get one like what's it called? Zero token, I was calling them.
Uh-huh.
And then you could like cash in your zero tokens. Like let's say 2, you get an extra draw at your beginning of your turn. 5, you get every win you get another one.
Oh, that sounds as
And
cool
if
as
you
that
lose,
sounds. That sounds awful.
yeah, but if you lose, you have to give your tokens to your opponent.
Oh,
It would have been broken really fast.
that reminds. Yeah, that's like the Yu-Gi-Oh, the battle. God.
Battle City points.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
Or the Pegasus, little wrist thing. God, star chips, whatever they're called.
Yeah, man. Like I thought, star chips. Yes.
Yeah. Crit chips.
See, that's what I wanted, but with everything being virtual, it was too complicated. So, I don't know. That would have been really fun.
Yeah.
I think people would have loved that if
I
we
think
could
that'd
pull
be
it
better
off.
in a smaller tournament for sure. So much so that may or may not. I might bring that up as a weekly league format then.
It's really. I have so many ideas. You have no idea.
Hey man, my DMs are open.
Your DM trying to slide. It's like that. Have you seen that GIF where it's like, "Hey," and then he just misses?
Oh, no, I have not. Or have I?
Oh my!
You have to send it to me.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I have for Cardfight Con too. Like,
I'm very excited for this.
yeah. I don't know. Do you have any questions for me, Cole?
If you need any help, I am currently fun employed. So I have a little bit more free time than I normally would at the moment. So
Hey man, I message you in that little server almost all the time.
yeah, I know, right? It's great.
Yeah, I don't want to do anything anybody doesn't like.
Yeah, no, I'm there. I'm there if you need help. Let me know.
No, this event. I try to stress is for everybody, created by everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And even though people know me as the well-established founder of Cardfight Con, there's so many people behind it, so many creators, so many people who aren't even creators that are behind this, and it's just an honor. Like from the bottom of my heart, like really thankful. And even in school, like it put me ahead. It's weird because I'm in a PR campaigns class, and the professor was like, "Do you think you could put together a campaign which reaches over 300,000 people?" And I was like, "Hold my deck."
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact: it reached 294K people. So
Holy
I actually
cow.
wasn't that far off.
That
Yeah.
many people play this game? That's insane.
Well, just overall impressions.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know how many of those are repeat, but all I know is that like I mentioned like Cardfight Con in like some of my introductions for school. It's weird because like everybody wants to work with me now.
It's because you're established, so.
Yeah, but nobody knows about Cardfight Con. and one of my classes was like present like a realistic sporting event. Okay, Cougar Con. Literally the exact same thing, just at the school I'm at.
There you go.
Yeah.
Although,
I don't know.
Did you call it Cougar Con? Because I might not call it Cougar Con.
That's the mascot of the school that I go to. So
yeah. Okay.
It makes sense. And I said alumni donations are a big deal.
There we go.
Yeah. Anyways, Cardfight Con 2. Can't wait. December before Worlds.
Assuming it still happens.
assuming it still happens. We don't know how long we're gonna get out of this, man.
It's just depressing.
Are you over it?
I was over it in March, and it's almost March again. So, yeah, dude, I tell you, working retail during this was not fun.
Oh, retail? Oh
Yeah, thank God I
no.
was in the back though, but I still had to be on the floor with all the I'm gonna call them numbnuts. People just walking around without their masks on, or literally their mask is on their face, but it's like underneath their chin, like a beard protector. That doesn't do anything, and they forget and they get like right up close in your face, like I can help you from over there. My eyesight's not that bad. It's, it's not a great time.
What was the store?
I worked at Target.
Oh, I love Target to death,
Yeah,
but
no, I don't like it that much anymore.
what's it called? If you were a Digimon fan,
Yeah, that's the
you
thing,
got that
right?
DCPI.
Dude, it was PlayStation 5s. No one cared about the Xbox One. It was always the PlayStation 5. Like every day, we had someone come in and ask, like, "You got them PS5s yet?" We had vendors come in and ask, "Hey, you got that PS5 yet?" And they oh,
Illegal.
and then this I wasn't working at the time, but there because of the sports card boom with the pandemic, people are
Yeah.
literally lining up at the card section, and they're waiting for the vendor to come in, stock the shelves, and they have to have a line formed. And some targets are actually requiring people to go up to guest services in order to get their cards that way, so that you have someone who's basically gating it. It's insane. And the Pokemon. Anyway, time to wrap this up, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. What about you, Cole? Any last words before I take this out?
um, I don't really. I'm just super excited for Overdress, all the new information coming out, all the cool Cardfight Con 2 stuff. It's- I I don't know. Vanguard's in a really great place right now, and I just want to see that continuing. So that's all I have to say.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Cole for coming on, having a basically coffee time with me.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, coffee time with me, and I want to thank you all for 1K. Like I never hit 1K on my old channel, so I honestly don't know how to react.
I don't think I said
And
congratulations before, but congratulations. That's a big thing. Big feat.
thank you, and support Drive Check because I actually listen to them regularly now. Especially like when I'm doing homework at home.
Mm-hmm.
Alexa, play the latest episode of Drive Check, a Cardfight Vanguard podcast.
Oh, that's such a mouthful. I hate it, but I love it at the same time.
Hey man, Alexa knows what Cardfight Vanguard is, so we're in there.
That's all we need, really.
Yeah, man, and it's been real. I have no, you guys know, like I didn't think I'd be doing this as long as I have.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the pandemic was gonna, once this is over, I'd just be some nobody in this community. I'd go back to playing lacrosse, which I do play every single day still. Love that game to death. But no, I'm here to stay, and I love this game probably as much as you. And just know that as much as like what we are content creators, we are also you who love this game.
Yes.
So with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching. Have a great day. And I'll see you all next time. Peace.